Charles Davis, as always. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
On one, ready?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already. And first and 10. They keep it on the ground. Done. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Play fake. Here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
11.
Just not enough time for the play to develop. It wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
11.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Here we go.
To deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Once again, they run with Mixon. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again.
11 mighty.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They go play action with Burrow. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Gun. Here we go.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago. So we'll see if they can take control of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long.
Here we go.
You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to assault.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
11.
Now Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
I'm one, ready?
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
11 MP, stop!
Up the middle they go. It's done. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
11 Thomas!
On the ground. Done. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Here we go.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked
Here we go, here we go.
but a teammate
11,
comes along
11.
and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. He'll come out throwing here on first down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. He's up to the 20, and he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Ultra.
Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Set, ready.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Set.
He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Ready.
He'll look to throw here. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The National Football League has come to Germany. We are underway from Munich. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Gun. Cut.
I got you, baby.
Cut.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a
Here we go.
1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Cut.
They'll keep it on the ground. Done. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Here we go. Cut.
They'll give right side. It's done. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. On 2nd down now. It's done. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Needed 13, and with a good spot, they got 13 and a first down.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go. Done. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their
On one, ready?
But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to...
On second down, it's done. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 40 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground. It's a first down.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now a give, right side. Done. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 23-yard run. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Okay, ready?
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Back to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't get to.
What do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready?
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Smith catches left side. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Ready?
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And now off to the races, down the right side. 30, 10, and he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick. Points for the other side.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
12.
He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the
Here we
end
go.
zone. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can. This is third and goal. On the ground. It's done. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it.
12, 12, 12.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They're out there in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 30-yard line. Here's Walker. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kenneth Walker, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field. They'll look to throw. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So for this offense, Charles, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down. Done. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts.
Here we go.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Burrow going for it on 4th. That's caught by the tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. They'll run on first down. It's done. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Burrow on play action. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's off by Jackrabbit Jenkins. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
On the double.
Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard, trying to get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, 62 yards. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On 2, ready?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
12, 12, 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's thrown down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Burrow. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now.
Here we go, here we go.
They just got
11, 11,
they scored a
11.
touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense showing a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a good amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, we're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
7 yards on the pickup there. That'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Walters. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
22 needle.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little game. Puts him in a pretty good spot for second down. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. That run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's keeping on the ground. Done. And so we're into maneuver. 143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down. It's done. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He's not going to get me. Hey, let's get them home.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Here we go.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10
Hey, we gotta go score.
at the 30-yard line. Now a give, right side. Done. And some room to roam now. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football.
Here we go.
Slowing them down.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
We got close left, baby. Close left.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. All right, go get him.
Yellow, line. Stand.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
Watch out now. 50
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Blaster, 6. 7.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. They juked him. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. It's probably been there for a long time.
11 mighty.
Now it's
11
evident
mighty.
because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call. It ended up maybe closing them out.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2. On 3rd down, it's done. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Gun. Stop. Stop.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And he finds Howard complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke because, all right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On the set.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Charge.
Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Raiders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked up 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
Here we go.
But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target. And he's covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Room here to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy
Here we go.
of midfield.
Here we go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, like we put into this thing. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down. It's done. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Las Vegas. Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storyline in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Pulls it in at the 15. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Excellent execution. And now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be. Because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Steven Walker on 2nd down. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now, 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. Touchdown! From 13 yards out. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped to the 14. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Rodgers. It's another pass to Perriman, and it's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Even if they were getting involved early, they're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll
drop to throw. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Here we go, set. Wait. Set.
He'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true. You're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Let's go. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now on first down. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's the option going right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Folk's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look for passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, to try and get to the ball even faster.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Let's go now.
Stop it. Bring it. Bring it. You punk.
Opposite. Green. Hut.
Walker now at 1st and 10 to about the 33-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
52 blaster.
They'll try and throw for it here. Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good. Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield at the same time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be...
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
22 press.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this 3rd quarter of play. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Just too much air on the ball, and that's a missed opportunity in a game where you don't have many opportunities left.
Come on now.
And again, it's Rodgers. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Reggie White in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
I know he ain't got it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The defense Saints rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Again, it's Walker. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Ken Walker, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted. And you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Rodgers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Reggie White picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, as he throws, fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Reggie White getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
All right.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Taking a shot here for Marshall. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're good is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down the scoreboard, I figured they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers are coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to set that one out.
Hey, take 26. Inside.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work. this, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Get it back, baby, get it back.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And bringing it in right side here, back. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Looking to throw. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Cowboy 80. 19 Lions.
Now back to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 5 yards remain on second down. Back to throw again. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is going on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Smash, smash. Come on now, y'all. Come on, man.
Again, it's Edwards. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a result,
and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Fight, 97. Cut.
Here's Walker's start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Ready?
They'll drop the throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Jack red. Jack red.
Now a run with Walker. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
On the double.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And the Saints are going to head here as they'll start at their own 7. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going up top. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Night Train Lane. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
I almost expect you coming up with all here. We got two. It was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Here's 2nd and 8. A swing pass here to Edwards. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
From
the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here we go, Jack! Buffalo 18! Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it.
On the ready.
This defense will take over right at midfield.
On the ball. Ready.
Trying the left side with Walker. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now.
5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the line and make sure if you're a back, top of your offensive line. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. That's DeMario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here. Second and 14. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Banks in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
That created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football. Check it out nicely. Good English on this one. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement, nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action, and that gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
Rolling to his right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. That's caught inside the 20. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play means just like that, they'll take the red zone now on 1st down. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, That play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions.
Ready,
Charles,
ready.
with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
On the
This
set.
defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter. When you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in
Let's
this
go.
game.
Yeah, absolutely going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Black Ultra.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone, so
On the
they
ball.
can use something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. The defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On the return, Jackson. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their defense has pitched a shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. They'll bring the receiver in motion right. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Edwards now on 1st and 10. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll set up the throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Ready?
Check your backer, check your backer.
Hiking 18.
Hey, get ready to play some deep, baby. Get ready to play some deep.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Reload.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Gus Edwards taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. On the return, here comes Smith to the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are, almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Deion Sanders. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. And that last penalty makes his 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
I can't believe they even let you play.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. They're going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
22 needle.
From the red zone now, they look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback
Here we
had
go.
to try and deliver that
Right,
pass.
60.
Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Ready?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
Ready, set.
The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now back to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.